Okay, so this is Window Datasets Part 5, where we will be looking at the glass decoration and briefly focusing on the mapping section so we can explain what that does, as we've not touched on that part yet. So we're going to continue by going into the preferences and editing the 70mm window system that we created in previous videos in this series. So to do that, we go into the preferences, expand window datasets, select datasets, and then select edit for the 70mm window system. Okay, so for the glass decoration settings, there are two folders. One which you can see here at the top, where we can create the glass decoration styles. It's currently blank as we need to adjust a setting within the system properties to make it editable, which I'll get to in a second, and another folder within the cost section, which you can see here called glass decoration costs. And this is where we can associate a cost to the styles that we create. These styles in here are currently from the default glass decorations. The main benefit of creating your own glass decorations as opposed to using the default decorations is that you can customize your options and include or exclude specific styles. So as I mentioned, we need to go into the system properties first at the very top, and where it says glass decoration control, change that from user general to use system specified. This is essential for you to have access to the glass decoration folder below, and you can see now we have options available here on the right. So I'm just going to explain these three options here. We have add frame, which allows us to create decorations that are part of the frame. Add in unit, which is for decorations contained within the glass. And add surface, which is for decorations that are attached to the surface of the glass. So I'm going to start by creating an add frame option, and you'll see the create new frame decoration window pops up where we can enter the details. So there are only two options for add frame: arched corners and reverse arched corners. Arched corners are wider than they are long, and reverse arched corners are longer than they are wide. And it gives you the option to set a description and a GUI name that will appear when selecting the options within the models, and the measurements for the arch, including width, height and radius. So I'm actually just going to leave it set to arched corners and leave all the defaults as they are, as the measurements are pretty much standard. So I can just hit OK. Now I'm going to create an in-unit option. Again, the window pops up, and you can see we have the decoration drop-down menu that we can select our styles from. Now there are various popular styles listed here. For example, I'm going to select Georgian bars. In addition to the description and GUI name, we have an option here to select the bar color. I'm going to leave it set to automatic, which will match the bar color to the profile color. Then we have a couple of tick boxes below. Always apply this to the whole frame, which will apply this decoration to the whole frame, including fanlight main and lower panel glazing. The no surface decoration allowed with this decoration is relatively self-explanatory and will mean that surface decorations cannot be added when this option is included. So I'm actually going to tick both of these options. And again, I'm going to leave the measurements as they are, as these are standard sizes. However, there are options to customize the width of the Georgian bars, as well as the horizontal and vertical separations. Okay, so now that's done, I can hit OK. Okay, now I'm going to create another in-unit decoration. This time I'm going to select Gothic bars. I'm going to leave the bar color set to automatic again so it matches the profile color. I'm not going to select the option to apply this to the whole frame, but I am going to tick the box for no surface decoration allowed. I'm going to leave the default bar width measurement as it is and then hit OK. Okay, so now I'm going to create a couple of surface decorations. First one I'm going to add in is margin leading, a popular option. In this case, I'm going to alter the description and GUI name to read margin leading instead of margin bar. I'm going to leave the bar color again set to automatic. In this case, that will ensure that the leading appears in a gray finish regardless of the profile color. The always apply this to the whole frame option, I'm going to leave that unticked so that I can choose when and where to add the margin leading. I am going to tick the no in-unit decoration option in this case and leave the rest of the defaults as they are for the lead width and margin sizes. Okay, so now I can hit OK. Okay, I'm going to add another surface option again, and this time I'm going to select diamond leading, and again I'm going to alter the description name to read leading, and again leaving the bar color set to automatic. In this case, the always apply to the whole frame option will be ticked, and I'm also going to tick the no in-unit decoration option as well, and again leaving the rest of the measurements set to default for the lead width and diamond width and height, and then press OK. Okay, so that is all the decorations added. Now we can move on to cost. So if we move down to the cost folder and then select the glass decoration costs, you can see that all the styles we have created are within this section, ready for us to adjust the cost. So there are 4 methods of costing: unit, perimeter, area and bar cost. All of them are relatively self-explanatory, but to briefly explain, the unit cost would be per glass unit. Perimeter cost would be calculated by multiplying the cost by the total perimeter measurement of the glass unit. Area cost is multiplied by the total area of the glass unit, and bar cost would be per individual bar used within the decoration. So let's add our costs in, which all depends on which method is suitable for the specific decoration type. So starting with arched corners, I'm going to select the unit cost option, as this decoration will be the same regardless of frame size. For all these options, I will be inputting a cost of £4, which is for tutorial purposes only, and you will need to get the accurate costing from your manufacturer. Georgian bars, I'm going to select the area cost option, as this style covers the glazing as a whole, and so area will be the most suitable option. Gothic bar, single, I'm going to select the unit cost option again, as this is just 1 bar per glass unit. Margin leading, I'm going to use the perimeter option here, as this particular style follows the perimeter of the glass unit. And finally, diamond leading, I'm going to use the area cost again, as much like the Georgian bars, this style covers the total area of the glass. Okay, so now that's done, we can hit save, hit yes, close down the preferences, and we're going to restart the software so that the changes that we've made have taken effect. Okay, so I've restarted the software. I'm now going to open up a new model and show you some of the glass decorations we've created. So I've just added a larger window with 2 fixed lights so we can see the options for fan light, main and lower panel glazing. So if we head over to the glazing tab here on the right and then select the decoration tab from along the top, you will see the 3 different types of glass decorations with drop-down menus which can be used to select the different styles. Within each section, there are drop-down menus for fan light, main glazing, and lower panel glazing. So for the frame decoration, we can select arched corners for any of these 3 options. You will see there that that has specifically added it to the fan light, main glazing, and lower panel glazing. Within unit decoration, remember for the Georgian bars, we selected the always apply to the whole frame option. So if I select Georgian bar, you will see it automatically applies it to the fan, light, main and lower panel glazing. And you won't be able to change one individually. Gothic bars, we did not tick apply to the whole frame. So much like arch corners, you can choose where to apply this style. And if you select fan light glazing, it actually doesn't apply it to the fan light, as the fan light is too small for the Gothic bars to be placed. And if we go down to unit surface decoration and select margin leading, you can see that we can choose where to apply this option again. And finally, for the diamond leading, I'm actually going to open up a window model. And if we go to the decoration tab again, and then I can apply the diamond leading. This is a much more common design for standalone windows as opposed to conservatories. And I can also show you the Georgian bars, which again is a common design for standalone windows. Okay, so finally, I'm actually going to go back and show you the mapping function that we mentioned at the start of the video. So I'm just going to head back to the All Customers screen. So if we just open the preferences again and go into the 70mm window system we've been working on. Mapping is the only function that we've not covered, so this is why we're just going to touch on it here. You can see the mapping function at the bottom. Just expand that and select Map for Finishes. Now this setting basically allows you to set the default colour for window and door options such as handle colour when a certain profile colour is selected. So for instance, when a white profile colour is selected, there will also be a white window handle and door hinge selected automatically. For a rosewood profile, the defaults are all set to gold and so on. You can adjust the options by clicking on them and selecting a different finish from the drop-down menu. And if you scroll to the right using the bar at the bottom, you will see all the profile finishes available. Now it's worth mentioning that for this function to work, you must have first selected a colour mapping type when creating the window and door options, as we showed in part 3 of this series of video tutorials. Okay, that's everything. I'm going to press save again, hit yes and close down the preferences. For more tutorial videos, visit the support area on our website.